make it a better place. It'll take creation.
Hey everybody, this is Tina. Welcome to my video today, you guys. I am going to be sharing with you this small area right here. It's this cart right here, these two top ones, and then kind of right here. So I'm going to be talking to you guys about die storage. So this is my framelit storage, and then it also is like everything that has to do with my die cutter, right? So I have a Big Shot, and so everything that I kind of need for that Big Shot and cutting and stuff is kind of in this area. So you'll notice here my walls are unfinished, and this is something that is changing. In fact, this week, as you guys are seeing this video on Wednesday, this may already be different. So once everything is finished and the walls are finished and the ceiling is painted, I will be sharing with you guys an entire craft room office tour. So from top to bottom, I'm going to share everything in a lot of detail. So probably in that video, I'll go over this area again. But this, I really want to talk to you guys about some tips and tricks and storage ideas, and maybe some ideas that I may not go over in that video. And I want to dive in with you guys. So right here, just to like orient you with like where everything is and how I have everything set up. These are cube organizers that are from Closet Mate. So this is the 6 cube organizer, and then I have another 6 cube organizer that's kind of back in that area. And then right here I have, I know it's a little hard to see, the lighting's a little crazy in here. These are mini cube organizers, and I have 2 of them that are stacked on top of each other, and that's where all of my stamps go. So that's a video for another day, but just so you know, like that is where I keep my stamps. And then right on top here I keep my Big Shot. So I have a Big Shot from Stampin' UP. I also have a Silhouette, and I have a Cricut. So that is technically considered die cutting. So let me just show you where that is. So my Cricut is underneath my desk here, right here. This is where I work on Project Life. And then my Silhouette is here on my desk. And so just so you guys know, I do use both of them for different reasons. But what I mainly use on like an everyday basis is my Big Shot and my dies. So let me show you how I have things set up. So I have my Big Shot here. And I'm going to put these over here. So I have my Big Shot here. I keep my magnetic platform. So I have my magnetic platform right here. And then I have my... these are magnetic, so it's hard to get them apart one-handed. But you can see I have my magnetic plate, and then I have this top plate right here. And it's magnetic, and it is a little bit thicker. And then what I do is I just use one plate with that. Now, it does make it curl. So I go through more plates now than I ever have. Sometimes they last a long time. Sometimes I can get them not to curl. But you guys, I use my Big Shot a ton because I have my class and I do my free kits. And so I use that Big Shot a ton, like every week, probably every day of the week I'm using it. And the volume that I'm doing is probably not the volume that you're just doing if you're just crafting. So to give you an idea, on a monthly basis, I cut anywhere from 80 to 150 kits. And so that's 3 kits, and each of them are going to have die cuts. So it's a lot. That Big Shot gets used a lot. So I have my Big Shot right here. It's just on some grid paper, and I just get up and stand. If I'm just creating something, I will just stand right here. It's actually at the perfect height for me to stand. And then if I'm doing a lot, like if I'm doing a large volume, then what I will do is take it into the living room and sit at the couch, or I will bring it over to my desk where I can sit or stand there. So right underneath is my cardstock. This is all my Stampin' UP cardstock. And then right next to it is I have one of these cards from IKEA. I love them. I have 2 of them. When I got these cards, they were $49.99, and I felt like they were worth every penny, and I purchased 2 of them. And now, you guys, you can get them for $29.99, and you can get them in black and cream and then this teal color. So in the top here, I have my other platform. So this is if I need to do any embossing with embossing folders. And then I have another, see this one is split. I just ordered some new plates. So I have an extra plate, sometimes two, and then my cutting, this plate that you can cut with or just emboss with. And then I have these two boxes, which I got at Michael's, and they were so random, you guys. I wish I would have got every single one of them that was there. They were like on an end cap, and they had two to a package. They had this larger one, and then they had this smaller one. And I love these. So they were like $2. They were on an end cap, and I grabbed them. In fact, I grabbed one, and then I went back and grabbed another one, and I just wish I would have gotten all of them because I've never found them again. So they're just little wood boxes, and in this side, I have all of my dies. Oops, let's move this. These are all dies that need to be, I'm going to show you guys how I store my dies and what I do. So I have a tab that says Project Life. And these are all dies that I use for Project Life. Like, see, here's Becky Higgins dies. Here's a camera die. Here is dies that Stampin' Up! Had. A film strip die. So you can just see there. And then these are like some letters and numbers from Stampin' Up! That have retired that I use specifically for Project Life. So then the next tab says ABC. And these are in just alphabetical order, and they are all of the dies that we currently have in the annual catalog. Then there's a tab that says Other Company. So I just have a few from other companies that I use, some Lawn Fawn. They're mostly Lawn Fawn, to be honest, you guys. And they're the stitched. There's a Simon Says circle stitched die. I got those before Stampin' Up! Came out with theirs. And there's a little bit different sizing involved. So then there's one that says Holiday. So if the tab is on this side, it means it's current. If the tab is on this side, it means it's retired. And that's how I store my Christmas dies. So then over here I have retired. And these are all dies that have retired. Some of these I need to switch the label over because they just retired this last catalog. So they need their dies to be switched, or the label to be switched over. I do not use a label maker. You can see I just handwrite with a Sharpie. And then I just have a label and I handwrite with another Sharpie. And that is because I love the way it looks labeled. Like, yeah, it looks great, but it's so expensive to use one of those label makers to label something like this. I just think it's crazy expensive, and so I don't use a label maker. It's totally fine. I'm fine with my handwriting. So in the front, I have my embossing folders. So I have my 6x6, and then I have my ones from Stampin' Up, and then I have my Cuddle Bugs, and I just go in with order of size. So that stuff is right by my die cutting machine. And then right below, the ones that I just love, this is the Top Note die, and I use them for different projects like the kids' school stuff or different things like that, so I don't want to get rid of them. I have some dies in here that are larger, so this is like the curvy keepsake die. This is the treat bag. I never get rid of my dies because they are so expensive and they're just so useful for just so many different things that I like to keep them. So then in this little crate, I have older embossing folders. I don't tend to like to get rid of these, but they're not ones that I'm like currently, that aren't current, maybe for Stampin' Up, or I just was really running out of room up there. So I just went through and picked the ones that maybe I'm not drawn to the most, and I stuck them down here. And then I have some more, I have a shim and some more plates. Here's some more that are really tore up. I just keep them until they literally break and I have to throw them away because you never know. Like this one's really warped. It's like warped in several different places. but I just keep them there. So that is my extra die storage. And you can see, like, because it's right underneath, I can still access it. And I still know it's here. I can still go through this stuff and it's easy enough to get to. So that is a look at where I store all of my dies when they come in, like when I purchase them. And then I just wanted to show you guys over here. Let me turn my light a little bit, give you guys a little bit more light. I wanted to show you what I do, how I keep these envelopes. So I get these envelopes. You can get the Avery L envelopes or you can get some on Amazon. The Avery L envelopes are definitely more sturdy. They're a little bit thicker than the ones that I've gotten on Amazon. I tried the package out on Amazon. You got like 100 envelopes and they were, I think, under $10 or right around $10. And they're not horrible, but I do find that sometimes they rip. So what I do is I put my dies. These are all new dies I just got from the annual catalog. And they all need to go on magnet sheets. So I buy this. This is magnetic vent cover. You get 3 in a package. So you can see how big they are. So you get 3 of them. And the back is white. I take an envelope and I put in a white piece of cardstock. It's like a thick cardstock. It's the piece of cardboard that you get in designer paper, like the very back piece. So I just cut that and I put that in the very back and it just makes the envelope really sturdy and it doesn't, this is really like, it flops around, right? Then I stick all of my framelits onto the magnet sheet and then I slide that into the envelope. And then that way they all are on magnet sheets and they just slide right in there. Okay. So this is really inexpensive. I think it was like $3. You find it at the hardware store back where all the vent covers are. And I will get several of these and I'll just make up a bunch of envelopes all at one time so that when I get dies in, I don't have to do this every time. I'm kind of restocking, so that's why I thought it would be a good time to share with you guys how I do this. So you can see that I already had the cardstock, the piece of cardboard in the envelope. I just didn't have any magnet sheets, so I just slid my dies in here. Which you could do this too. I just like being able to do them on the magnet sheet because then I can pull them out and it's just a little bit easier. So I'll do that. And then the only other place that I store a few dies is right here. So I just took some of that magnet stuff, the magnet sheet, and I put it up here on the side of this, the cubes where I keep my stamps. And you can see that there's just a variety of dies up here. A couple of them came from different companies, like this AM and PM is from Ali Edwards. So I don't have an envelope for that necessarily, and it's just 2 dies. I don't necessarily need it. This is a Simon Says stitched circle, and I use it specifically for Project Life. And so I keep it out all of the time because I use it all of the time. I don't want to have to keep getting it out. Then this is a Simon Says die. It says believe. That's for my one little word this year. I have, oops, I hit the camera. Then I have some Christmas ones. And then these are some that I was using for Project Life that actually I just haven't put away yet. And same thing with